Welcome everyone to this first January Fitcamp session. So we are going to start out with some squatting. So that is going to just be squatting down like this. So quick lesson here. I use a lot of cues when I'm coaching. And one of the things I say most often is keep your core tight, which I know probably most of you know what that means, but we're going to do a quick exercise here to make sure we're all on the same page about what that means. So I'm going to have you stop for a few seconds from your squatting and do a cough. So you're going to do a hard cough, and instead of breathing in at the end of the cough, you're actually going to hold your breath. And that's what's going to be what it feels like to have a tight core. So on the count of three, let's everybody take a big cough, and then you are going to hold your breath, okay? 1, 2, 3, and cough. And so holding your breath instead of breathing in, that tension in your core, that's keeping your core tight, okay? So now we're going to go back to our squatting and also keep that tight core feeling as you're squatting. Excellent. Good. So knowing how to keep a tight core is going to do wonders to protect your back. And we all want to do that, right? Okay, so now keep squatting and take the leg out to the side. So alternate sides, squat, take your leg out, squat, take your leg out. Excellent. Everyone is looking great this morning. Quick shout out, we have a lot of new faces today. Some of them not here because some people have signed on just to get the recordings, which is awesome. But let's run down and welcome all the new members. We've got Allison, Andrea, Beth, Patience, Liz, Jill, Julie, Kelly, Ruth, and Lynn. Wow, we're gonna do good things this month, I promise. Okay. So keep it up. I've got a warm-up question for you. As you may have seen in the email, what's the most interesting way you can think of to use a chair? And I say, to win the lottery. I think that's one you'd want to be sitting down for, right? So I'd like to be sitting in a chair when I find out I've won the lottery. Okay, so next warm-up exercise here. You're going to be going into a reverse lunge. Take that one leg behind you. Sink it down. Stretch those fingertips to the ceiling. So you're going to alternate legs. Other leg behind you. Stretch the fingertips up to the ceiling. So keep alternating legs. Stretch the fingertips up. Now, since there's so many of us here, keep going. We get to choose names, okay? So the name I've chosen is Carla. Carla, I'd like to hear your answer to the warm-up question about how would you like to use a chair? That would be interesting to you.
Lion.
Giant cat, this is good. Okay, keep up with your reverse lunges here. Christy, how would you like to use chair?
When I was little, my
Pretend horse and buggy. Do that. Great. Keep up with the reverse lunges. Liz, how about you? How would you use a chair that's interesting? Chair forts, pillow forts. I'm a fan of all of those. Okay. One more warm-up exercise before we get started. You're going to head to the floor, to your mat, and I'm going to have you do a push-up. You can do them on your feet or on your knees. And this should not be a difficult push-up for you because we're just warming up. So keep your butt up in the air for less resistance here. And you're going to push up and then sink back into your heels with your rear there. So you're going to do push-ups, sink back to the heel. Good. So keep going on that. I'm gonna do that for a few seconds here. Again, draw another lucky name. Keep those push-ups going. And rocking back into that seat, good. We'll get one more for the warm-up question, and then we're gonna get started. All right. I've got you, Becky. Interesting way to use a chair. Definitely. So we definitely have some themes of using a chair like a childhood toy implement. I love that. All right, so let me explain here. We're gonna get started with our first block of work, which is 10 minutes long. We're gonna use our chair, thus the chair themed question. All exercises for these, we're gonna do 5 exercises and it's an accumulator. So we'll do one exercise, rest for 30 seconds, and then we'll do the first and second exercise, rest for 30 seconds, first, second, third, rest for 30 seconds. So we're gonna walk through it together, don't worry if you don't grasp it right now. So the first exercise, I'm gonna run through a quick demo of them and then we'll do them all together again. The first exercise we're gonna do is a split squat. So you're gonna have one foot back on the chair and then you're gonna squat down like this. An option for that is to have your foot behind you instead of on the chair, just on the ground. Next is gonna be a hip bridge. So you're gonna have your heel on the chair, lifting up your hips. The next will be a seat heel tap. So you're gonna sit up, tap the heels on the seat, go to the other side. Sit up, heel tap to the other side. Number 4, we're gonna do tricep dips like this. And number 5 is a chair push-up. So you're gonna be doing some push-ups on the chair. And as we get to these, I'll give you variations too, so you can modify the intensity, choose the exercise variation that you feel comfortable with. So let's get started here in just a minute here. Okay. All right. So we're going to start out today with the split squats. So you're either going to head to your chair or just stand with one foot behind you like this. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. We're doing this for 30 seconds. So halfway through, I'll tell you to switch legs. Good. Really driving up with that through the heel of your front leg. That is what's giving you the power to stand. Switch legs. Excellent. 3, 2, and 1. Now we get a 30-second rest. The next exercise that we accumulate is the hip bridge. So we'll be doing the split squats and going straight into our hip bridge. So find our way back to the chair. Just a reminder for this split squat, if you want, you can have the back foot on the floor instead of the chair. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Split squat. Excellent. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. So this 10-minute block of work we're doing is more strength-based. So you want to do slow and controlled movements to really work the strength component of this part of the workout. Excellent. 3, 2, 1, right into the hip bridges, onto the mat on your back, heels on the chair, and you're lifting those hips to the ceiling and lowering back to the mat. And when you lift to the ceiling, really squeeze those glutes and press as high as you can. Here, how you're going to modify this, if you want, is to just be careful of your range of motion. So going up and down with whatever range of motion feels comfortable to you, and rest. Okay. Next time we're going to do 3 in a row. We're going to accumulate that core exercise. So starting back up at the top with some split squats in about 10 seconds. And go. Split squats. Really driving that weight through the heel of your front foot. Excellent. And switch sides. Three, two, one. Head to hip bridges. Nice, slow and controlled here. Excellent. Okay, we're going to go to the heel tap sit-ups next. Heels to the right of the chair. And then you're going to sit up a little bit, crunch up, tap those heels, take them to the other side of the chair. Sit up, tap the heels on the chair, heels to the other side of the chair. Excellent. So the option here would be, if you just would like, if it feels better, you can take out the sit-up part of it and just keep moving those legs because you'll still get a really good lower core work. And rest. Okay. Everyone is looking great. Keep it up. So we're going to do tricep dips next. So we're going to add that on. That'll be our 4th exercise. We're going to start back at the top with our split squats here. Taking one foot back in 3, 2, 1. Go into your split squat again. Good. What other depth feels good to you here? And switch sides. And 3, 2, 1. Going into those hip bridges. Excellent work. Keep it up. Ten seconds. So squeeze those glutes at the top of that range of motion. 3, 2, 1. Heel tap sit-ups. You're gonna sit up, tap the heels, take it to the other side. Tap the heels, the other side. Excellent. All right. Adding on to the tricep dips in 3, 2, 1. Tricep dips. All right. So here, you just modify how you're doing this by how much your legs are helping you. So you want it to be a challenge to get through this 30 seconds, but not a challenge so much that you can't keep moving. So whatever you need to do to make it your own personal special 30 seconds where you can keep getting a good workout. You could even bring one foot back a little bit for assistance if you need to. And that is good. And we are resting for 30. Okay, so next round is the final round where we will have accumulated all 5 of the exercises. The last one we're going to be adding on is a chair push-up at the end. So we are heading into the split squats to start the round again. Starting here in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Keep that chest up nice and tall, looking straight ahead. And switch sides. Three, two, and one. Head into those hip bridges. All right, keep going. 10 seconds to go. Okay, crunching up and tapping the heels, okay? Crunch and tap. Remember, you can take out the crunch part if that feels better to you. That's why this is all levels, because you make it what works for you and the time that you are given. Whatever gives you the challenge you're looking for. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Tricep dips. Excellent work, everyone. Keep it up. Final 10. 3, 2, and 1. Chair push-ups. So we're going to our push-ups here. So 1 foot forward if you need to keep moving through that 30 seconds. If not, keep that foot back. Another option here is to just go to the wall if that feels better to you. Push-ups like this. Okay, keep going. We've got 10 seconds. And time. Okay, great work, everyone. You made it through the first block. So we have just a little less than a couple minutes to rest here. We won't need the chair for the next block. We may, depending on which variation you decide, but I'll explain that. So if you have a pen and paper, grab it. If you don't, just go ahead and find that. So this next part is a fitness assessment. It's going to be 10 minutes. And we're keeping track of how we end this 10 minutes so that at the end of the month, you can compare this workout with how you did today. And chances are, if you keep doing these workouts, I've structured them in a way where you'll definitely improve in your fitness assessment that we're going to do. So how's it going to work? It's very simple. It's only 3 exercises, and we're going to have 10 rounds of the same 3 exercises. So for 20 seconds, each round starts out with 20 seconds of pulsing half squat. So you go as deep as you can into a squat and just pulse there, just up and down gently. And then after that 20 seconds, you've got 40 seconds to complete 1 push-up and 1 skater touchdown. So the push-up, I want you to choose a variation of push-up where you can easily do 10. So that may look like a wall push-up for you. That may look like a chair push-up like we just did in the previous exercise, like that. Or that may look like on your knees. Choose the push-up variation that you can do 10 of easily. That's the one you'll be doing for this next block of work. And the skater touchdowns are going to be taking your one leg behind and touching down towards the opposite leg like this. So how's it going to work? We'll do 1 push-up and 1 skater touchdown on each side the first round. Second round, we do 2 push-ups, 2 skater touchdowns on each side. If you're thoroughly confused, do not worry. We're going to go over it all again. So I'm not going to leave anyone behind, promise. Okay, So we're going to get started in just a second here. Okay. So head into our pulsing half squats, starting here in 3, 2, 1. Pulsing half squats. Okay. So how this works is at the end of this block of work, you record how far up you were able to climb. So maybe you get to 5 push-ups and 5 skater touchdowns on each side, and that's the number that you'll write down. And to the max. You've got 40 seconds to do 1 push-up, your whatever variation you choose, and then 1 skater touchdown on each side. Okay. All right, and the rest of the time is resting for 24 seconds until we go to the next round. So that's round 1. Round 2 is going to be that same 20 seconds of pulsing squats with 40 seconds to do 2 push-ups and 2 skater touchdowns on each side. Right, starting and go. Pulsing half squat for 20 seconds. You can always start really low with this and work your way back up towards the end of the 20 seconds if it's too deep for you. So just modify how it goes. And we're gonna go 2 push-ups and 2 skater touchdowns on each side now. And so for these skater touchdowns, you can either step or hop to each side. And whatever range of motion you've got as far as touching them, you don't actually have to touch the floor. If that doesn't feel good to you, just reach whatever range that you have. And we're gonna start in 10 seconds with round 3. So we'll be doing 3 push-ups, 3 skater touchdowns. And go. Pulsing half squat for 20 seconds. So let's say, as in my previous example, you make it to 5 push-ups, 5 skater touchdowns each side. Okay, push-ups and go. 3 push-ups, 3 skater touchdowns. Say that you get to 5. That's what you keep repeating until the end of the block. Just do as many as you can. All right, those 3 on each side. So next is round 4. So you notice the theme here. Round 4, 4 push-ups. Round 5, 5 push-ups. That is what we're doing. So I'm going to start calling out the rounds. Go ahead and do your pulsing squat and go. So when I call out the rounds, that's how many push-ups you do or how many you've managed to get to at that point. All right, and go. 4 push-ups, 4 skater touchdowns each side. Okay. All right, so these skater touchdowns, when you get up in numbers, it's hard. You've got 15 seconds left. It's hard to get them all in. So one way to get them done faster is to just crouch low the whole time. So if you stay low, you're going to be able to get quicker transitions from side to side. All right, round 5. Start with that pulsing half squat. Excellent. Looking good, everyone. On a Tuesday morning, keep it up. All right, 5 push-ups, 5 skater touchdowns each side, or wherever you are at this point. Keep up the good work. 15 seconds left for the next round. Starts to heat up, doesn't it? We're halfway through. Whew. Round 6 is next in 3, 2, 1. Pulsing half squat. Love the effort I'm seeing. Keep it up, everyone. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. Push-ups and skater touchdowns. This is round 6. Six on each side. If you got it there for those touchdowns. 3. All right, 10 seconds. Got this. Starting round 7 in 3, 2, 1, and pulsing half squat for 20. Okay. So round 7, heading to push-ups in 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. Twenty seconds left. You got this. Final 10. Okay. We've got 3 more rounds starting now. Round number 8, pulsing half squat. So like I said, this is your time. If you need a rest, go ahead and take a rest, and then you can push harder in the next round. Go ahead and push ups. This is round 8. You just make it what works for you, because you're here on a Tuesday morning, and that is good. Starting your day with a little exercise. You should be proud of yourself. 20 seconds. Five seconds for next round. Okay, 20 seconds. Pulsing half squats, go. This is the final 2 minutes of work, and then we get a good quality rest after this. All right, keep it up. Push-ups in 3, 2, 1. This is round 9. Okay, keep it up. 20 seconds to go. We're gonna stay low. You can transition a little faster, you know, skaters. Final 7 seconds. Okay, last round starts in 3, 2, 1. Pulsing half squats. This is it. The final minute before you rest. You can do it. Keep it up. Oh, it burns, doesn't it? But this is it. You've got this. And final push-ups. All right, keep it up. Got 20 seconds. Let's make it the best. Keep it up. Last 5. Work it. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work, everyone. Whew. We deserve a rest, don't you think? Okay, so get your pen and paper out. Wherever you ended, 5 push-ups, 5 skater touchdowns, 6, 7, wherever you ended up, I want you to write that number down. If you made it all the way to 10 push-ups and kept doing skater touchdowns, 10 push-ups, however many skater touchdowns that you did. So that's going to be your little love note to yourself. So you can look back at the end of the month on earlier you and see what kind of gains you've made. Also, if you feel like jotting down a more qualitative note about how you felt, in other words, thought I would die at round 5 or legs were going to give out at round 6, whatever. If you want to jot out a note like that, these are all things that looking back at the end of the month, you have a chance to see, how things felt different, because it'll either feel easier and you'll get the same number at the end of the month, or you'll get a higher number at the end of the month. Either way, you're going to improve, and I'm excited for you. All right, got another minute here before we do some Tabata. So that's going to be 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest interval. So let's hydrate, catch our breath before we head into that. I think we may have time for one warm-up question. Lauren, how would you use a chair in an interesting way? Oh, I love that. Got a little performer here. Good. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening here for our Tabata. For the first couple minutes, this is a 4-minute block of work. The first couple minutes, we're going to be doing knee crushers like this. All right, we're going to do all on one side. In the second 2 minutes, we're going to be doing some pop squats. There's a couple variations here I'd like to show you. So you can do a high plank. I'm going to start there. And what you do next depends on what works best for you. So you can walk it up and put your hands up like this. Walk it back, walk it up, and put your hands up like this. Or if it feels better to just kind of walk up like this and then walk back, that's fine. And then one other variation is if you want to hop up like this and hop back, hop up. So as with a lot of these exercises, I do the variations kind of while I'm doing the exercises with you. So you can watch me for a refresher on that when we get there. But we're going to start here in just a second with the Tabata. Okay. So this, like I said, it's going to be 4 minutes of work, 20 seconds of work. So you want to work hard. So you really, when you get to that 10-second rest, you need it. Okay. So we're going to start with left knee crushers. So you're going to be standing on that right leg, taking the left knee up and back like that. So starting and go. So 20 seconds. Faster the better. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, rest for 10. We're going to switch to the right knee next. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Right knee comes up. This is one of those ones, whatever range of motion you have is fine. May not look exactly like me, but if you're doing as much of the movement as you can, I'm happy for you. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we're going to go back to the left knee. In 3, 2, and 1. Left knee, crush it. And 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay. Heading to the right knee. And 3, 2, and 1. Keep it up. Keep it up. 5 more seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Rest for just a second here. We're going to get started on the walk up or pop squats next. Same format, 4 rounds, 20 seconds of each with a 10-second rest. And go. Walk it up or hop it up. Good. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, rest. And go. You can walk up or hop up on this one, whatever feels good to you this morning. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we've got 2 more times on that, and then we're going to get at least 90 seconds for a rest. All right, heading into go. 3, 2, 1. Pop squat. Final 5. And rest. Okay, only 1 more time. And then we get a bigger rest. Looking good. And last time, go. Halfway, keep it up. Three, 2, and 1. Yay. All right. We have less than 10 minutes left in the workout today. Moving right along, everyone. This is great. Everyone's doing wonderful. Good to see you here. So we're going to rest for just over a minute before we get started on core. We're going to end with a core block today. So I'm going to go over a few of these exercises while you're catching your breath and recovering, just so you can see some variations I'm going to go over with you. So there are a couple of planking exercises, and the variations for that, if you would like, you could use your chair for a plank. So that'd be forearms on the chair instead of forearms on the mat, whichever feels better to you. And we're going to start out here in just a second with some plank abduction extension. What does that mean? Leg taps to the side, leg extends behind you. And then you'll do that on the other side, leg taps to the side, leg extends behind you. So we're going to start with that here in just a second. Okay. So this, you may be wondering, how many seconds is she going to make us do this? Well, 40 is the answer, my friends. So 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. And that will take us to the end of the workout after we do a few rounds there. So let's get started with those plank, hip, abduction, and extension. So this is tight core majorly, like we talked about in the beginning. Really keeping that tension in your core, okay? So we're doing this for 40 seconds. Leg taps out to the side, leg lifts up behind you. Good. You want to focus on keeping your hips as still as possible and maintaining that control in your torso. Excellent, halfway. Like I said, this can be done on a chair if that feels good to you. And 3, 2, and 1, rest. So we got 20 seconds rest, and then we're gonna go to some on the back ankle touches. So one knee's bent, one leg straight, and you're gonna crunch up and tap opposite arm, opposite foot, starting in 3, 2, 1. Good. So when you're crunching up, you always want to be staring at a spot that is directly above your head on the ceiling. And what that does, switch sides, tapping the other leg now, other ankle. What that does is you stare at a spot, even when you're crunching up directly above your head, it keeps your neck from bending too much and using too much of those neck muscles. You want to cut that part of the equation out by staring at the ceiling above your head and rest. Excellent. All right, the next exercise, we're going to be arms straight, locked out straight. And you're just going to reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. So both your knees are bent, and you're just doing that crunch with that focus on that spot on the ceiling above your head. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Go. Excellent. So these should be slow and controlled. Even pause for a second when you've crunched up as far as you can go. Really get that core working with this one. All right, 15 seconds to go. Wonderful. Resting in 3, 2, and 1. All right, we've got one more round of those exercises, and then we are done for the day. Okay, 10 more seconds of rest, and we're going to get started. So find your plank position for that abduction extension of your legs while we're planking in 3, 2, 1. Toe tap out to the side, lift up to the ceiling, alternating legs. And focusing on that tight core feeling in your abs. Excellent. Halfway. Final 10. Keep it up. Hold on to it. And 3, 2, and 1. Rest. So now we're going to go back into those. One knee bent, one leg straight. Opposite hand to opposite ankle. We're going to crunch up and touch. Start these in 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to find your ceiling spot and stare at it. Keeps your neck nice and straight. All right, switch legs. Okay, just about a minute of work left here. Coming right along. Resting in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so our final exercise. Remember, you're keeping those arms straight and you're aiming for the ceiling with the fingertips. Knees are bent. And starting in 3, 2, and 1. Slight pause at the top to really feel that tension and low to the mat, slowly lower to the mat. Excellent work. Halfway through, starting the new year off with a strong core. Yes, we are. Final 10. Keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Congratulations, you made it through the first workout. We're gonna do a little stretching now. All right, so first things first, we're gonna work on the pecs. So you're gonna find a wall, door frame, something you can put your hand on, and you wanna rotate away from that, whatever your hand is on, to feel a nice pull across the front of your front of your chest. So we do stretching at the end of every session. And for the most part, I try to relate it to what we've done in the workout. So a lot of the stretches will be similar, but sometimes different, because sometimes in a workout we focus on hip flexion more or hip extension. So I try to relate it to what we've done. Go switch sides, other arm. And today, my goodness, you did a lot of push-ups, right? You did a lot of push-ups for our fitness assessment. So it's important that we give some love to those chest muscles today. Switch sides again. And I always say, if you're feeling tight or sore from the workout, later today or tomorrow, just repeat some of these stretches. And these are good ones because they're focusing on the things that we've done in the workout. So directly related to helping you recover. Okay, so we're gonna work on the legs a little bit now. So we're gonna put one leg behind us, stretch those fingertips up to the ceiling. So this is a nice stretch in the hip flexor area, the front of that leg behind you. And pushing those arms up overhead just intensifies what you're feeling through that front of your thigh into the torso. It feels like a good stretch. Good. So in the email, I mentioned we're gonna switch sides here, other leg behind you. We are gonna be using bands in our workout, and I've decided to wait a week or so to introduce resistance bands, because I know some of you signed up a little bit last minute, which is great. I'm so happy everyone's here, but you may not have had a chance to get the bands yet. So I'm just giving everyone a minute to get the bands so that you have them. Switch legs again when we need them. If you have any questions about things that we did today, maybe an exercise you'd like to learn how to do differently, or things that maybe we didn't cover here, I'm always here for you, texting, emailing. Feel free to always reach out. I'm very happy to get questions and to help anyone out who needs answers. Okay, we're gonna stretch one more time across the body here with the upper arms. This is gonna get your deltoid a little bit, the shoulder workout, also helpful from all those push-ups. And switch sides. And one more time on each side. And switch sides. The last stretch we're going to do is for your hips. Did a bit of hips today with the squatting and the hip bridges and the split squats. So let's pay attention to that for a minute. So we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. You want to come into a little bit of a seated position and push down. If that doesn't feel good on your knee, one option here is to kind of take it with a chair, and you can stretch this way. So we're going to hold that for a few seconds more. And if you're pressing that knee to the floor, it really intensifies that stretch. Switch sides, right ankle on top of that left knee. So everyone's going to get an email later today with the summary of our workout and a link to repeat it if you like. So you have that till that link will be valid till the end of the month for you. All right, so we are done. Thank you everyone for coming today. It was wonderful to meet everyone, and I look forward to seeing you Thursday, 7 a.m.